Oh, hello. Welcome to my program. I have bad teeth and bad speech. My name is Lee Cimfel. I'm running for Secretary of State of Nebraska. I have written this speech on concerns for inmates at Nebraska correctional facilities. Thank you all for being here today. As Nebraska Secretary of State, my primary role is to ensure the integrity of our elections, safeguard our civic processes, and uphold the democratic principles that define our great state. However, today I stand before you to address an issue that transcends political politics and speaks to the very core of our shared humanity: the treatment and conditions of inmates within Nebraska correctional facilities. Nebraska is a state built on of values of fairness, justice, and compassion. Yet we cannot ignore the growing concerns surrounding our correctional system, concerns that demand our immediate attention and collective action. First and foremost, we must acknowledge that men and women in our correctional facilities are more than just inmates. They are human beings. They are sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, neighbors and friends. While they may have made mistakes, they are serving sentences under the authority of the state, and it's our moral and legal obligation to ensure their basic rights and dignities are upheld. Recent reports have highlighted alarming issues with our correctional facilities: overcrowding, inadequate access to healthcare, mental health challenges, and allegations of mistreatment. These conditions not only violate our ethical standards but also undermine the very purpose of our correctional system: rehabilitation and reintegration into society. Overcrowding is one of the most pressing issues. When facilities are stretched beyond capacity, it creates an environment where safety is compromised, resources are strained, and rehabilitation programs are difficult to implement. This is not only affects the inmates, but places an immense burden on correctional officers, staff who work tirelessly under challenging conditions. Access to health care, both physical and mental, is another critical concern. Inmates are entitled to receive adequate medical care, yet many reports suggest that this is not consistently provided. Mental health services in particular are often insufficient, despite the fact a significant portion of the incarcerated population struggles with mental health issues. Addressing these needs is not just a matter of compassion, it's a matter of public safety. When inmates are released, their ability to reintegrate successfully into society depends on the care and support they receive while incarcerated. Furthermore, we must address allegations of mistreatment and abuse. Every individual, regardless of their past actions, deserves to be treated with respect and fairness. Any form of abuse or neglect within our correctional facilities is unacceptable and must be met with accountability and reform. So what can we do? What can we do? Second, first we must prioritize transparency, independent oversight, and regular inspections of our correctional facilities. First, we must prioritize transparency, which meaning people that see this right. Independent oversight and regular inspections of our correctional facilities are essential to ensure that conditions meet acceptable standards. Transparency builds trust and allows us to identify and address problems before they escalate. Second, we must invest in rehabilitation programs. Education, vocational training, and mental health services are not. Second, we must These programs equip inmates with the tools they need to rebuild their lives and contribute positively to society upon their release. Third, we must work to reduce overcrowding. This includes exploring alternatives to incarceration for nonviolent offenders, such as diversion programs and community-based corrections. By focusing on rehabilitation rather than punishment, we can create a system that is both just and effective. Finally, we must foster a culture of respect and dignity with our correctional facilities. This starts with supporting the hardworking men and women who serve as correctional officers and staff. They deserve resources, training, and support necessary to carry out their duties safely and effectively. As Nebraskans, we have a proud tradition of coming together to solve problems and support one another. The challenges within our correction system are complex, but they are not insurmountable. By working together across party lines, across agencies, and across communities, we can create a system that reflects our values and ensures justice, safety, and dignity for all. Let us remember that the true measure of a society is how it treats its most vulnerable members. Today, I call on each of you to join me in advocating for meaningful reform within our correctional system. Together, we can build a bright future for Nebraska, one that upholds the principles of justice, compassion, and hope. Thank you very much. Join me for my next program.